Gentleman in the mix.
There's bears out here.
And then, just like that,
Bitcoin going to zero.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Turnaround Tuesday stream. Turned around for the worst, really bad. I mean, that's like the worst thing that could have ever happened was what happened today. Well, at least we knew, you were up against some sort of resistance, the last one, but happened to be the one where it all turned around. It wasn't really Bitcoin. It was just like a macro market-wide sell-off. I think it was ISM numbers and the yield, bond yield spiked. I mean, the 20-year yield hit its highest level since November 2023, so multi-year highs on that. That's really bad. TLT getting destroyed. It had already broken that key support, but it's just been melting down to its lowest level since November 2023, of course, inverse correlated. I mean, it's like the exact opposite of the 20-year yields, 20-year bonds. So bond meltdown, man. Risk off heavily, and hey, it may just be false alarm, no big deal. They just bamboozle it, and we're going right back up. But look, we got to be paying attention to stuff like this. Okay, got to be paying attention, monitoring these markets. Really important to going day by day, because remember where like the Qs are. The index funds are still extremely elevated, 1618s. And just because you had like some nice moves up, okay, at the beginning of the year, well, they're all gone now. The moves up are completely taken out, and we're still back to, remember 1618? Remember heavily extended? We got like butterflies completing and stuff like that. Fib extensions, man. So the unfortunate occurrence on Bitcoin is you're below 98,250, 99K. That is an extremely important level. To be below that means, okay, they might run it back up to test that level, which they already did. As you can see, intraday, so bad, right? Bearish breakdown confirmed on the 4-hour, then a formal, immediate bearish back test of that level as resistance for marking down. Okay, so no follow through yet, because Wall Street closed, so you were saved by the bell, because if that market would have stayed open, they might have continued to be selling this thing off, because it was Wall Street all day. We're talking like 11 hours straight selling from the top. So I mean, they come back, test it, whatever. Even if things get insane, it gets up to 99K. The last thing you want to see is something like that. We are effed. We are completely effed if we see that. A formal bearish back test of the old resistance support as resistance, and that's it, and we're falling back below. Then it's like, okay, just time to short the entire global markets at this point. See you back down to 92K. Then you see 92K again, man. We're breaking that. But hey, if something happened where we never saw 92K, we put in a high or low somehow, all right, we might be okay. But if we're going to match the lows we saw November 26th, December 5th, December 20th, 23rd, December 30th, if we see that again, we're done. We're going to 80K, 85K. We're going way lower. That low will not hold again. So let's just pray that doesn't happen, okay? Let's pray this doesn't happen either. Yep, it can't be easy, man. But hey, let's just be real. What happened in Bitcoin when they back tested that level January 1st? I mean, that was a 10% run in 5 days on the $1.5 trillion market cap asset. So not good, because there's just not much liquidity between 92K, 98, 99K. It's like either 99K or 92K. I mean, it's very seldom. Okay, we might, if we saw 94K, fine. You better pivot. You better freaking pivot, man. I would just think all right, whatever, even if it goes lower, we make a higher low, and then eventually we get this extended wave that would eventually, oh God, take us, whatever, to the 886, and we complete like a mega W shape, and then okay, then we're done. Then we're cooked completely. This is how it's ended before for Bitcoin. I remember 2019 it ended like that'd be great. I mean, like, if we're gonna do that, but to end like that, wow. What was that? That wasn't even a. Was it a 618 retrace? High to low. Yeah, 618, but it was also the old golden mean ratio. Gosh dang it. It's always the frickin' golden mean ratio on the weekly from 2021 cycle top. Of course, here it is. This high to this effing low. There it is. This is what they've done. You've up thrusted through the 1618. Now you're just formally back testing it as resistance, and that's it so far. I mean, this is the area. This is always going to be a tough area. This is exactly where the index funds are. I mean, at least the S&P, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ, not the IWM. But yeah, 3 of the 4 are up at these levels, and these levels, like, well, okay, if drawdowns occur, it's really not a big deal. It's normal. But hey, man, like, not all hope's lost yet. But dude, I just can't really be excited about Bitcoin below 98,250, 99K, because you just know there's just nothing there till 92K. All right.
It was terrible.
Yeah, so mega stupid bearish engulfing candle about to be painted. 16 minutes. That's your nastiest red candle since December 18th. Not many candles like this. You got one like this November 25th too. But you just better pray for no fall through tomorrow. But I just don't see how it would have to be a complete bamboozle for it not to be a fall through candle tomorrow, because there's just no liquidity. The magnets, the market magnet, 99K, 92K, that's it. Okay, 92.5 or 102.5, whatever. All right, that's Bitcoin. You don't want to see anything else. You can just end the stream now and cut our losses early. You don't want to see the lesser thans, the S coins. You don't want to see them. Okay. Ethereum down 8% because it's a joke. Complete and utter joke, dude. Anything below 35.28, I have nothing good to say about it. I mean, hey, you were above it for a few days. Congratulations. But the fact that you've just capitulated back below it, I'm done with Ethereum. No thanks. See you at 3,000. I don't want anything to do with it. I won't touch it. You can't post a trade setup on this garbage. You couldn't do it yesterday, even at these highs. There was just nothing to do on it to begin with. There were no strategic back tests or anything. And just 3,000, just wait, man. Probably until there's any sort of like argument that could be made. Okay, you put in a lower high than your previous high. Congratulations. Below support. Disgusting bearish engulfing candle. About to be painted. All right. XRP down 5.8%. Still not even at 220 yet. Only down 5.8. That's not even that bad. But again, all right. Bearish engulfing candle going to be painted, going for the lowest daily candle close of 2025. That's real. 14 minutes till the close. I don't even know if 220 would hold up if Bitcoin was going to go to 92K again. Like, where are these alts going to be when Bitcoin goes to 92K again? Like, it's over. Like, they're so effing cooked. Like, you owning alts with Bitcoin below 99K is just like, okay, unless it's a fake out, you're just asking to lose 25, 30% of their value. Yeah. BNB, real bad. I mean, down 4.5. Still somehow holding on to that 691, but can't really feel very comfortable anymore because, like, all right, so good engulfing candle, one of your highest closes ever, and then they test it one more time, and then they're just completely covering, and it's going to be your lowest daily candle close of 2025. You just have to think here. If Bitcoin goes to 92K, well, that's certainly not holding. You'll be at 661 real fast. I mean, that'd be your next target than 638. But hey, compared to Ethereum and a lot of others, it's way better. That's just, dang, man, that's like the worst. It's so bad. Failed test, over and over. Oh, you're going to do, no, you're not. You're not effing going to do it. You're going to bearishly engulf at the same resistance after already failing too many times. Yeah, when that happens, well, that's new data. That's really good data for helping us determine, all right, maybe what could be coming next. Not looking great now. That's a nasty candle, dude. Big flush. Until new data comes in and it's amazing. Okay, all of a sudden, okay, we're above 99K on Bitcoin. Great, man. That's all. And we're back below it. Oh, not feeling that great. Okay. Solana, same old garbage, down 7%. There wasn't an edge. It just broke upward and now it's just cooked. Hey, above 198, maybe they could hold 198, 191. We test it, we hold it, we get a confirmation low or something. Hopefully. But, dude, what if Bitcoin goes to 85K? Because the freaking global markets are done. Trump gets certified the next trading day. Oh, huge VIX spike. Major markdown on the markets. Yeah, what if they continue? What if, like, hey, these 1618s, we actually correct. We get a 25% correction on the stock market. Like, crypto's done for a while. Crypto, I mean, that means, like, okay, more significant drawdowns will occur across crypto. Doesn't mean we're going to zero and it's all over. But sorry, man, these scams that you like, they're just scams. And they're connected heavily to global liquidity. And if that liquidity is getting pulled out of the markets because risk off's happening, bond yields are spiking, there is no hope for the S coins until we get a recovery, until the retrace concludes. And that's fine. But Ethereum, Solana didn't have a good setup anyway. They just rallied. What'd they do? Oh, they just put in their lowest high of the correction. Congratulations. It was a pretty deep retrace. I mean, from this high to low, 78% retrace. Tested this candle high close from November of last year and just rolling over again. So business as usual since the correction began. After the third target of the real trade setup, you know, the nice trade setup, when it was concluded, it was over and it's still over. That's just like a look. What is it? It's kind of like a little, you know, depending on how you anchor with candle close, could be some miniature bearish bat pattern that is definitely catching some price action now. So, oh yeah, the sentencing on the 10th. Yeah, whatever. How's Doge doing? Down 10%. Hey, at least we're back to some level, 34 cents. Maybe they hold it. Yeah, right. How does it hold? If you just know about liquidity zones, and we know there are two of them, 99K, 92K, Dogecoin does not hold 34K. They don't even test it. It's just going to break down. It's going to capitulate like Bitcoin did below its own liquidity zone. So, okay. And really, at the same time, it's just like there wasn't opportunity here. I don't give a crap what you say. You could have caught that rally. That's not a swing trade. Swing trades are like, hey, we're identifying setups that you're going to get a pronounced rally that's going to extend on. Not, oh, it's going to run up, make a lower high, and then dump again, and it's going to make a lower low because that's what tends to happen. What are they could be making an XABCD pattern going down to 15 cents. You wouldn't believe it. You'd rage quit. You wouldn't even watch the stream anymore when or if Doge gets to the 886 down here from the previous lows to highs. But it's a very real possibility if we're getting rugged, if the index funds are rugging now and we're going to go through a 15-20% correction and it's normal and not a big deal and it's been overdue. Okay, bamboozling everyone first few days of the year, and they got it. Gotcha, B, right? Dave Chappelle, gotcha. I mean, it's like that across the market, man. Casper down 13%. Look at this. How could you look at this and want to own it? I don't know. But it was cool because someone requested this thing when it's up against this resistance. And it's like, dude, how could you why would you even request it? It's looking just terrible. This thing's just looking like, all right, time to go down to 1 cent. It means like 33% downside. I think probably a lot of these alts starting to maybe not look good anymore. We should go to the index funds though, because that's really like that's everything. That's everything. Crypto is going to be beholden to the Qs, to Nvidia, big tech. But first off, Jonathan, how you doing, man?
I like turtles.
Big bearish and golden candle, really no big deal. You're just trading between a range, right? So they could take it down 3.1 again, 3.62. But yeah, you just don't want follow through. Big red candle. Hopefully it's bamboozled, not a big deal. But again, you just don't know because wow, what a run! No correction, really. What was the correction? You had a 34% correction from the low to high. That's about it. It's pretty shallow. So yeah, you just better hope it's not like a XABC situation where it's just a miserable lower high. That'd be crazy. I figured an 886 would have been better. Look at this. Hey, you know one thing that actually makes sense? DYDX, right? The rug in it, it's down 13%. Well, it wasn't actually at the M-shaped completion zone anyway. Sit on hands. So, hey, Bitcoin goes down to 92, whatever. Maybe you get a golden opportunity. This thing loses another 22% of its value, and we're in business for a type 1 reaction, not something to long immediately, right? You want a type 2 return. But hey, maybe there's opportunity from this on something, at least this one. Brutal though. Yeah, brutal. Something like Apecoin down 12.5%. You know, here's your type 1 reaction. I guess they're maybe going to go for a return. You better hope that $1 holds. If $1 doesn't hold, it's like, what was the point of any of that? Remember, that was the entry of the trade setup mid-November. You hit one of the 3 targets. You got about halfway to target 2. And then it was over. And now you got this going on, and it's just like, wow, not one person bought today. And the selling's not even over. We have 5 minutes till your daily close, 4-hour close. And sometimes this happens, man. Good God. Good God, man. Trying to look for, well, guess we could just go to index funds, spider. A lot of chop, right? Lowest close since the 2nd. Still below 600. There was such a lack of demand they couldn't even test it yesterday. There was a gap and it filled. And there's an unfilled gap at 576. Let's just monitor the situation. Will there be follow through? I don't know. But if you understand fib extensions, here's your high to your low. July to August. Okay, that was the most recent major, real, discernible correction. Went on a rally that took us to the gold mean ratio, the 1.618, and you can just see that momentum has shifted into the hands of the sellers due to the high, the low, the highest high, the sell-off, the lower low than the previous low, the lower high than the previous high, the sell-off, the same low, then the lower high than the previous side and the previous high. Momentum has shifted into the hands of the sellers for now, and you're still broken out of that little wedge structure, whatever. But no real follow through yet. So no need to like. There's no like, whoa, this is a big technical breakdown.
Anonymous
Not yet.
tipped $26.27. Hey Mitch, are you out of most of your BTC allocation because of this price action? Appreciate you. 0.130000000 Sol.
Well, I have a holding a Bitcoin that's extremely lower cost basis, so I'm not really worried about it. I think about a lot. What I think about when these things happen is, oh wow, look, we just had this huge influx of new patrons, huge influx of new people that have joined the market at these prices, and they are super thirsty for setups and opportunities. And here I am having to be this shepherd guru guy that's supposed to know every day which way Bitcoin's going, and I'm having to like almost be forced to try to create trade setups in a market that is extremely frothy and overbought. It jumped 40% in 40 days. So I'm not really concerned about Bitcoin. I get 85, whatever. That's cool. Like for me, I'm holding this and it's gonna go up, down. Okay, it's not. I don't think it's going back to like 60K, dude, anytime soon. All right, but I just think, in my position, more about the new people that. I mean, I try to articulate it like, look, man, I'm here to try to be a tool for you to utilize on your trading journey. I'm not here to like try to be this fortune teller and give you the answer to where we're going next after we've just been chopping, man, since November 21st. It's January 7th now. And the index funds are kind of like really high up there. There's no opportunity up here. Nothing. But hey, man, you better provide value or else. Dow Jones looks like a bear flag. Kind of looks like bear flagging. I mean, no bids after the drawdown. It could be just a rectangle, whatever. Look, it's just, you're just above the 1620. It's just that's going on. Do you get like how a drawdown to 41,200 could be okay? A drawdown to 40K would be fine. I mean, that's pretty much the mean of this trend right now. 4 tests. Why not a 5th eventually? You would think it would happen. Corrections happen. They need to happen because you can't get good trade setups develop without corrections. So could be working on some sort of shallow A, B, C, working on the C to D wave soon. Once they break that 42K level, it would just be good for the market because then we could maybe get some opportunities at lower prices. But it's just elevated. There's no edge. There's nothing to do. It's just crazy. I mean, look at this. Like the NASDAQ. How could you want to? It's just so hard to construct an argument for more upside short term. Like this is like pretty much what's going on. Okay, maybe it's gonna flag. Maybe we get a huge green candle in the next 2 days. That'd be awesome. But you are at a 1414 fib extension from the previous high to low. Like that's your most recent discernible major correction. They even back tested the old all-time high support and they ran it higher. And it's just, you are elevated, man. This is not the area where there are opportunities. Just like in crypto, this is just not really the area for amazing opportunities. But 2 months ago, half y'all were here. I don't even know if people are watching now, but it's virtually always half. Half the people were here, and there were setups, and the assets went up 200 to 500%. Like, and I kept saying, we're in the space-time continuum. We are there. You will wish you could come back in time to this moment and take along, because those M shapes took a year to develop, mature, and then begin to resolve. And so it's just like, yeah, when you're in my situation, like trying to like, hey man, I'll manage my portfolio and all that, but like trying to like help other people that are like new after the moves have already happened. Like, you can't win. You can't win in my situation. No, because they expect, they have to have it. You should have been here 2 months ago, but you weren't. The price action and the new all-time high is the only reason why you showed up. And it's like, but I've been here for free for 7 years. For the bad times, the good times, the flat times, the all times. You could have been here anytime. So, I mean, I think more about new people showing up to the markets. So, yeah, man. Anyway, so those are your big index funds. Big bearish and golden candle filled a gap, but not a big deal. No follow through. It was just a bad day, down 1.89%. Meh. It's still higher than it was January 2nd, higher than it was December 20th. So no follow through yet, just a open higher and dumped to fill a gap, and that's literally it. So it's not even a big deal yet. Okay.
Can we later look at Babu? I have been slowly pecking back away at this, and JD. I think it will take 9 months, but no regrets. Do you think that the Chinese gov is taking from Jonathan Nation?
Jonathan Nation? What? The crown of Jonathan Nation? What? Hold on. Sorry. I'm not drinking coffee right now because, yeah, just not. Baba, though, remember, we looked at this yesterday, and it was like the things that I talked about need to happen. Have they happened yet? My alert didn't go off, so there certainly can't be any action to take right now. Yeah, criteria have to be met, technically speaking, and then we could discuss constructing a new trading plan, but they haven't. I know they haven't. Oh, you didn't see yesterday? Someone else requested Bobby yesterday, so it just looks like a bear flag. That could be, it couldn't be, whatever. They dump it, and it comes to 200, 213, and that's it. And then you get seller exhaustion. Yeah, you get maybe another dump, and then it's less, they get down to near oversold again.
Tema? It's holding strong during this crypto bloodbath. Qcoin listing coming up soon. Bullish.
Julian, that's your first super chat. So you're here not because you care about traditional technical analysis. You only care about your scam coin. That's it. So no need to tip me on stream chat if you're just here to promote your scam coin. Okay, no need. I'm just telling you right now, you don't need to tip me money to look at a scam coin. You don't have to. Especially if it's your first tip ever. You don't have to do it, man. So, yeah, I mean, and then we'll go to gold now. That actually had a good day-ish. I mean, good for... Oh, by the way, we have a golden diamond. It's pretty nice. It looks really nice, right? That's a good-looking diamond pattern. Diamond top. Neutral pattern, warring of buyers and sellers. Could break up, could break down, but hey, bullish engulfing technically. And wow, if it just being up yesterday, 0.47%, not bad, because things got destroyed. Risk on market got wrecked. So nice stuff there. Super neutral, but we are nearing an apex for sure. So resolutions impending. All right. But then let's look at where the real damage occurred. What is it?
You're providing value to all of us regardless if there are any good setups right now. Opportunities will return.
So Bjorn, thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, they always do, but unfortunately, it's about after the time that the new people that showed up they've rage quit. They've lost too much money. They're not going to take chances again, and they're done. And then they don't come back, and it's like, okay. Yeah, people FOMO into the Patreon like they FOMO into the financial markets. And they're like, well, there's no opportunity. It's like, well, what do you want me to do, man? Like, there was, and it was wonderful. So, yeah, thanks. So this is what is so effed. They keep cutting rates, interest rates, and the yield keeps spiking. I mean, highest daily candle close confirmed on the U.S. 20-year yield officially since November 6th,
Always here riding with
2023.
you. Up or down markets?
What's up, AA Ron? Thanks for the 5, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, we got people that understand, right? That are on the right side of the psyche of the markets. Like you're on. People get it or they don't. If they get it, that means they've invested in themselves and they've spent a big allotment of time to understand where we are. There are times to make money, times not to lose money. There are times when there's wonderful, ungodly opportunity and it takes a year to develop, and then those things resolve and they play out, and then you're just, well, it's kind of tougher here. It's a lot tougher to try to find setups when they just played out. Like all of them just played out in the past 2-3 months. So yeah, this is a big deal, man. November 2023. So we've had 3 cuts? I mean, 2 cuts, but one was like a 50 basis point cut. So we were like 0.75 or 75 basis points since then. So okay, and then the TLT is like the inverse of this. Like this is the yield. So the yield pumps, the bond itself dumps because the new issuance. Yeah, disgusting. Down 1.13%. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since November 1st, 2023. Unfilled gap at 85.09. You know that's coming. You know that's about to happen. They're gonna fill that. And what's like really the worst thing about this, it's like as soon as they started cutting rates, man, it was almost like clockwork. A 50 basis point cut back in like mid-September, and it was like, it's over. It's like an ABCD situation, don't we have it? A reciprocal ABCD? It's a pretty shallow retrace.
If you looked at BABA yesterday, then can you change my later request to a boring stock like AGNC?
Sure, dude. But I mean, looking at BABA would be good too today. But thanks, dude. Yeah. So this is a reciprocal ABCD. Okay, if you have a 50% retrace on the B point, that means the pattern completion zone of the reciprocal ABCD is a 200% retrace. So if this was just going to complete, right, like think about M shapes, like bullish bat patterns, the 88% retrace is the PRZ PCZ, the PRZ PCZ of reciprocal ABCD. If it's 50% on C, it dictates that 200 on D. And so that means, all right, taking you back down to the levels you saw in October 2023. Okay. That's kind of where we are. Worst thing about it is 87, 75, 88, 62 is such a real level. Like, look at this. That is the level where they reverse it. They reverse course, but you're now below that. There's like one time we reversed in 2002, $84.20. Yeah, you get down to like 80. This is where the pattern completion zone of that reciprocal ABCD is. So I'm thinking we're going to be seeing lower levels, which means yields are going to keep spiking, which is probably scary for risk on assets, unfortunately. So beautiful, though. Beautiful looking ABCD. Look at the U.S. 10-year. It didn't quite make multi-year highs, but it's getting close, man. Getting real close. Highest price or highest percentage, highest daily close since April of last year. You give it if the TLT is going to keep dumping like that, if things stay as.
Baba boy.
To Colorado. Thank you, dude. Yeah, you're getting close. I have an alert set up. If we hear the beep, God, bad stuff, man. People getting scared. People getting worried. Yeah. People getting worried, man. But hey, at 1618s on the S&P and NASDAQ, Dow Jones, with little opportunity. Well, I mean, kind of you can't be that surprised. We are elevated, and we've been elevated for a really long time. So we look at like the Mag 7. terrible. Man, Nvidia demolished. Okay, where it opened. You can't believe, like, what kind of day, man? You open literally, not by much, but literally at the highest price in the history of Nvidia. CES keynote last night was amazing with Jensen Huang, whatever. The H's, the J's, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, Blackwell gonna be on the new GPUs, AI, and AI is teaching AI how to AI. They're now clones of the systems where the clone teaches the other how to AI better. It's getting kind of scary. And like the new GPU that they've come out with or whatever for like all the autonomous driving and robotics and stuff, it's 20 times more powerful than the previous generation that is currently out there, and it's the best that exists. So you're talking about Moore's law on crack. That's what's happening in the GPU world. So forget the price action. I mean, cool, all-time highs, then Jesus, it loses 6% of its value, fills a gap, not even the other gap, closes below the technical level that, good God, you don't want to close below that, man. But after hours, it's up like 1% back above it. But dang, man, that's a nasty candle for pretty much going on last night and talking about, hey, it was 42-0. Wow, now it's 120-0 in a football game. Like, that's pretty much what Nvidia did last night. And it's like, okay, fine, but market didn't like anything today. But this was the worst, hit the worst of the Mag 7, okay? Double tap. Tesla down 4%. Well, you recaptured 400, but then today you gapped down and then you retested 411.76, the old all-time high, 2021. You tested it formally as resistance and then had some follow-through, and then you just closed the day below all the inflection points. So that's like, yikes. That's not good price action, not what you want to see. There's nothing you can do as a swing trader. I mean, unless you're going to short Tesla, good luck. But hey, man, your stop, if you would be above 411. But yeah, there's below that, there's just, you got to wait, man, for a much more significant drawdown retrace, or you got to wait for buyers to recapture 411.76. Until then, nothing to do. Hey, there were things to do, but hey, you weren't here. You weren't here when we had one of the most legendary trade setups ever. Hits target 3, then round trips back to entry, and then goes again, and the trend reversed. And it's like, okay, this thing's probably gonna get all-time highs, and it did it. It freaking did it, man. Yeah, don't forget candles and structures like this, chat. This is real nice looking reversal stuff. That right there, that's like a bearish abandoned baby, green evening star. Really pretty how they did it, and that's ushered in a reversal, and that's coming in at the end of a big run. Yeah, so not good. I mean, technically very bad until new data presents itself back above 411. Okay, we're good now, but until then, you have a lot of downside potential if you stay below $400 too long. Amazon down 2.4%. Man, big bearish engulfing candle filled the gap. Really not a big deal yet, right? Maybe it's not, but at the same time, some bear out there could be making a really good argument. If there's any follow through, it could just be like that triple top with distribution situation. Here's one top, second, third top. These two peaks are lower than the initial top. Again, that is like a powerful triple top. It's like a stronger triple top. And what makes it so rough, like I would not want to buy Amazon. Like, there's just nothing about this that makes me want to own it. And the reason would be you have just a perfect bearish crab pattern that is at its pattern completion zone. It is literally perfect. 618B, higher low C, and then your 1618 on D. Like, it's perfect.
Nate Cart tipped $25. I've been around for years. Keep up the great work, Mitch. I agree it's tough to find setups right now. You did well to chart a ton of them, so props to you. Well, how does ESPR on the NASDAQ look to you?
J. Nathan, thanks so much, dude. Nate Cart for the 25. We will we'll look at it, okay? We'll look. And thank you for the kind words. Look, dude, I mean, it's just, you go get a y'all get a microphone, webcam, come in here and try to do this for 7 years, man. With how fickle people can be, or the way things are with trends and sentiment, and then daily moves like this, and then people come in hating, and then we pump tomorrow, and then people are happy, and then the next day we dump it. It's like completely schizophrenic. Schizo. So this right here, there is no argument for a fresh long. You'd be out of your effing mind. I don't care if it keeps going higher. This is just insane. Let's just go fill 213 and 207 first, and then we pivot, make the highest lows ever, and then we run again later, you know, and then blast through 231, but it's like 3 months later. This is a good argument for a short almost. I mean, it really is. This is gross. This is like a good extension setup. If this was the other way around, man, someone could just have a stop loss at 229 and let this thing run 199 again. You know, fill the gaps anyway. Wow. You get why it's just like, what do you want me to do on these markets? Look at these freaking market drivers. 1618s, completed extension patterns, forms of confirmation at the pattern completion zones. Yikes. Meta was doing fine, and then it dumped. Oh man, oh god, here we go. We were gonna do it. Now we're gonna confirm a top. Now we have a dark cloud cover again. Remember the dark cloud cover? I hope not. I hope there's no follow through. I hope we just bullishly engulf tomorrow and we're going to La La Land squared. But that is dark cloud cover, and it's happening where? Oh. It's happening at 632, the highest daily candle close ever. I mean, identifying a Japanese candlestick reversal pattern at a resistance after a pretty crazy run. I hope, dude, again, I hope we just blast through 632 tomorrow. It was all a bad dream. We're going higher. Money printer go burr. Trump's going to save the world. Okay, we're going to buy Canada. We're going to buy Greenland. We're going to get rid of the cartel in Mexico, Gulf of America. All right, send it to 700. But I'm just saying, what's the data today? Dark cloud cover potentially at 632. And that's it. All right. Okay, Microsoft. The price action wasn't great yesterday. Now and they filled the gap today, and you're just sitting at 420. If you don't hold 420, you're probably, this bearish Gartley's probably going to resolve. I mean, to 397, 388. It's just not looking hot right now. Spinning the wheels, can't really get anywhere. Holding on desperately. That's what the buyers are doing at 420. Don't break 420, chat, or there will be no more joints. No high, only low. Marigolf, that'd be nice. I don't know, like Gulf of America. Apple only down 1.1%. Look, man, you know, going through a pullback here, really, hey, I would like to see 237, because when they broke it, they never back tested it. So let's go for a test, man. Let's go a little lower. Let's see if they can hold it. Even if they can't hold it, they draw it down to an 886 from this low to high. Where's my anchoring? Low. Oh, I get it. Yeah. That mean, yeah, I guess from this high to low, that'd be it. We don't really need these as much anymore. It could have very well concluded. But anyway, it's just a type 1 if it was. So they'll eventually 237 or a little lower, pivot high, highest low in history, and run again, and maybe type 2 return it. But it's really not a big deal. It's just, again, if we're talking, there's a difference between like looking at the market and fine, analyzing it and talking about levels. There's a big difference between that and like, hey, can we construct a wonderful trading plan where we have an increased probability with an edge, with optimum risk management, strategic stop losses that are tight. If it fails, whatever. But if it succeeds, wow, 3-to-1 minimum reward risk. So cool. We're just looking at Apple. We're looking at the max up, man. Google down 0.7%. Okay, 200 once, 200 twice. Shooting star reversal. Oh God! Like, how can you feel good about that? How can you feel good about Google hitting $200 for a second time and painting a shooting star with an unfilled gap at 191? So you know that's going to fill. So that means we're going to get follow through on this shooting star. And remember, this is like a completed trade setup. It just is. Okay, so this is like, remember, if you get in the mindset of the swing trader had a mindset to maybe long this, back in October, but then look what happened. You hit target 3 of the setup.
Can you look at New Innovation Bio and
Is this entry levels or is this profit taking levels? Oh, it's probably profit taking levels. Probably not. Let's take a fresh effing long on Google right now. Though you could just get lucky against all odds and we just pump to higher prices. Sure, maybe. Kara, just look above my head, look above my 59 jersey, man. We just have rules. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your first super chat ever you might be watching. It's just for the quality of this. Remember, okay, the reason why it is that 25 and not free is because 100% crowdsourced. Okay, 7 years. Never accepted a sponsor ever. I voluntarily declined them daily. Never monetized on YouTube. I do not get any dollar from and you don't watch ads. How many hours, if you've watched the stream for years, how many hours of your life have I saved you by not monetizing? I play copyright music. No affiliate marketing links ever pushed to you from me, ever from any scammy exchange. It's just you and me and my trades. That's it. So $25 is the minimum for a formal request. So I think that's fair. If you don't think it's fair, there are many, many people out there one could watch, and that's fine. So I think this might be a 113 shark up here. It is. You have a 113% bearish shark type 2 return unfolding. Worst time ever. I mean, good short opportunity above $200, stop loss. Let this thing fill the gap at 175 and it'd be normal. It would. Dang. Get it? So target 3 of trade setup. The trade setup's done. It's over. And now you're painting a bearish pattern with a confirmation high. Do we have bearish divergence maybe? Oh, you don't even have any. You have no positive momentum on the second test up there. So it's just like, what do you think could happen here? Oh, we could have a more significant drawdown. Okay, there's your Mag 7 chat. Okay, so we had a couple requests. If you want to see them, 97.1 member, we could run up to 98.250, 99K. You just don't want to formally back test it as resistance. That'd be the worst thing ever, really. Let's see here. You don't want to see Baba? Okay, Stray. How about we just look at it and we'll look at the other one too because you were nice.
My B.
Sierra, Kiera, Devers, thank you for the. It's all good. I hate that I even have to bring it up. It's not. It's kind of ugly bringing it up, but Yeah, it's just new people are here and all that. So thank you for understanding. So look, man, Baba, this is what we needed. We got to have this, okay? This 85, 71, 86, 75 level is so important that to own it now below the level is kind of risky because the downside potential is vast. Like there could be a major markdown here, especially failing it. You've already failed now twice. So, but hey, if they could ever recapture the level, say all this was a bad dream, we're just going to rally higher, man, just keep the money printer going and we're fine. Fine, Alibaba needs to recapture the level and then reconfirm its validity. And then we give ourselves an edge on the market. There is no edge on the market when the asset is woefully trading below the key level. It needs to be above, and it formally back tested it as resistance not once December 26th, but twice January 6th. So you don't want that. You need a recapturing and then a reconfirmation of its validity as support. And then we could construct a wonderful trading plan. We just could, but we can't yet. You can sleep better at night when it's above that level and regarding it as support versus regarding it as resistance. Okay. So that's Baba, but you didn't want that, so let's see here. AGNC. Investment co-op. Oh man, I don't know, but oh god, I don't know. Ooh. What kind of investment corporation is this, dude? Like you had one job, right? And it was to invest in real estate and not lose and do this? Because this is a long-term downtrend. So you're just in a bear trend no matter what. You had one run at the beginning and then the party ended in 2012, which is crazy because in 2012 was 2012 to 2014 was the absolute bottom for the real estate market. Like it was the nadir. From there, everything is up. And how can this chart look like this? It's almost like they went short on the real estate market as soon as it bottomed. So you're down here, it looks terrible. It's almost like they're getting ready to dump this crap again. Just think about it. Yeah, you're like, all right, man, there's just this maybe, it's not even an M shape. I don't even know if we could make it to be that. But yeah, they made an 88% retrace once, then twice, okay? Your type 2 return of this not M shape. And they rallied it, and like all they're doing is just testing the lowest high in the history of this chart, by the way. That's what 1067 is. There's never been a swing high this low ever on AGNC. And so what they're doing is confirming its validity as the lowest high resistance. And good price action. The downside, now trading below the 200-day moving average, it's awful. I'd never own this. You probably win shorting it. My God, like take it down to 857. Take it on down to new lows. Because that tends to happen when you have like, oh, it's an M shape and it completed. And you're stalling. They're clearly making an argument that there are just not enough market participants to reach new highs because they never really do. So I think it's just business as usual on the AGNC chart. Trash. Send it to 735 for a retest. That's it, dude. Sorry about your crappy real estate investment trust that they scammed you. You have been scammed if you owned this, man. Because I'm telling you, how can a chart that's supposed to be real estate investment trust, its chart looks the inverse of the entire real estate market? Stray, well, it's like he's already dead. Whatever on the Simpsons. Anyway, ESPR. Aspirion Therapeutics. My God. Well, Speaking of zero, it's a loser. Well, we know, right? Only lower highs, now lower lows, now lower highs. I don't know. I just look at charts like this and I just can't get excited. I can't do anything. As a swing trader, is the composite operator accumulating position? I'm not so sure about that, man. God, look what they did. They ran it up to just fill the gap. And that was it. The gap fill and that, and then it dumped. And so I'm just... Like I say, I have finite capital. Okay. I can only put so much money into assets, and I look at this and I say, I'm good. I'm not looking to even attempt to construct a trading plan on something like this. I'm good. I could, you know why? Because there are probably just better assets out there with better trends, better history. They're not at the lowest levels they've ever been at for a long time. We're talking these things. This has been at all-time lows pretty much for over 4 years now. I'm just going to look for something in a long-term, well-established uptrend and look for bullish patterns after a correction in that long-term uptrend, that lifetime uptrend. Here, I'm good. But you requested it, so that's... Hey, anything above 168, I guess you're okay. You're fine like a fruit fly. Nice. Fine like a fruit fly above 168. I guess that'd be your range. 168, 395, and that's it. Sheesh. Or 330, 332, repeating, of course. You're the basement. Okay, that was the actual last request of stream. Oh, no, it's not. Sierra wanted NUVB. Let's go. Right now. Innovation Bio. Oh, another biotechnology. This one's awful, but not quite as bad. Looks like there was a level, couple levels at all-time lows that were recaptured. Okay, breaking above the 200 moving average. That's nice. I just worry about the lifetime trend. Like, is it how much gas is it gonna have? Well, could be limited. I mean, from where it is right now, your upside's pretty limited. 396 would be a target. Overhead resistance clearly from March and August 2024, July, June 2022. I think if you broke that, then you might have a target of 569. But if you're talking about applying, so I know you're newer, so there's like a framework that I teach here, like just about every day. And if the asset doesn't, there has to be a lot of stuff going on a chart to make it low risk, but not just low risk, high probability outcome chance where you have an actual edge on the market. What do you mean edge on the market? It means an increased probability that an asset's about to go up next. And there's pieces of price action and data on the chart that can give us that. And so you kind of maybe had it at like 196, but it was the first test. They kind of spring back tested it November 6th, but Crypto Plum, what's up?
Happy New Year, go dogs. 0.246718642 Sol.
Crypto Plumber, thanks so much for the $50.09. Well, dog's sitting at home like Bama, so we're cooked, man. We're all cooked. And Rip Sonny, you know, it's like a day or two after the loss. Man, it sucks. So, how would you have an edge if this thing did something like this and came back and we got like a second test and all of a sudden it'd be like one low, then a major second low, and then you'd be looking for like bullish divergence at this level? but you just don't have it. You're not at a reasonable area where you can manage your risk, right? Like, you're looking to long at supports always. Okay, well, it did that. They tested support and they were successful in the test, and it started running off that low. But then you're looking for structural developments to occur at those tests. So it's not just like, oh, we're going to go test it one time and you have an edge. No, because it may not hold. You want to see price action correlate positively to those levels. And so it's just been running off of that. November 5th, 6th. I mean, October 10th, I guess, when it started. But then the spring back test was about when Trump got elected. So it's just been doing well at 14.4%, up another 4% after hours. Had its highest daily close since like August of last year. So again, your upside is like 396 if it's going to keep running to just the next level. If it ever broke, then again, maybe overhead resistance will be 569, maybe 456 for this swing low test. Yeah, you're looking for long-term uptrends if you can help it. But yeah, you can say the momentum has shifted somewhat for now, somewhat. There never will be another alt season. It's like, dude, Samir, come on, man. Like, it's alt season. Wow, the weekly actually looks interesting, kind of to that level. But I don't know. Like, that's, yeah, 396 on deck. So it's just kind of like, alt season happened. It was not long. I mean, it's not even over yet, probably. But look, man, once that engulfing candle occurred November 5th, look what VeChain did. VeChain went up 222% in 3 weeks. But the M shape, which is a structure we identify, it took a year to develop, and it was all happening in a strategic place, like a level where you could manage risk optimally. Well, it played out, and now it's correcting. So people take profit. You're going to learn one way or another. If you're trying to enter the crypto market, you're going to learn. Like, whether you lose all your gains or you, worse than that, you go in the red. This is not an investor's market. Every altcoin round trips. They go through these cycles, these phases where you have chances to take longs reasonably, and then they go on stupid runs like this, and there's nothing to do but to layer out and exit, because they're gonna round trip, and they're gonna have dead cat bounces, and then they're gonna lose literally all their value, and then come back to this situation. It takes 2.5 years, 2+ years of chop before some sort of M shape develops on the tail end. And then there's that small window of opportunity to go long. And small window as in like a couple months. If you're just watching the stream, I'm here. I tweeted about this stuff too. Tweeted on X. Kidding me? The GRT? Like, these structural developments that gave you an edge on the market, that increased your probability of up next. And look at this run. I mean, from the engulfing candle, it went up 100%, 21 days. But yeah, kind of correcting now. But look what happens if they just, oh no, we're going to go test the low again. It's going to be February, and then it starts running in March, and then wow, it's April. And then all of a sudden, whoa, it's June and July. What happens? This is the bottoming structure, chat. This is it. These are the bottoming. This is what bottoming structures look like. I mean, you're talking cycle reversing stuff. And just because it went on a run, it's correcting, it tends to round trip because it's a trader's market. Traders construct trading plans, price objectives. They layer out, then they exit, and they wait for what? Meaningful corrections and pullbacks. And then what do? They wait for the asset to retrace to strategic levels. And then they wait for positive price action correlation at those levels. Given enough time, swing lows like higher lows, local confirmation lows. Oh, engulfing candles. Oh, signal, entry, stop loss. Max upside, minimal downside if it fails below 16 cents, whatever. And then it runs again. The traders get back in. We have a resounding recovery. We make the higher high than the previous high, the higher low than the previous lows that began at November, early November, and then we run on to 47.50 cents. And then at some point, whoa, maybe even later in the year, we get crazy, man, 75 cents. Oh my God, $1 on GRT. But each candle here represents 7 days. So it might take 6 months for us to get to 50 cents. So, you know, you look at this and you say, it's not too late, really, on something like GRT. It's not too late on VeChain. Like, they haven't even begun to run. If these things are going to play out as we've seen them play out in other markets, on other assets, same structures, different points of different years in the same market. This hasn't even started yet, really. That was a joke little run. Underperformed. I mean, hit the C point of the harmonic. Didn't even see the A point. A lot of them saw the A point. So, yep. Brian, thank you, man, for watching. I'm telling you, dude, like, it can be so overwhelming. What I teach here, stupidly overwhelming. Like, it's like you don't even want to get started because it's too much, but it's like tapping in the matrix. Once you start learning and understanding, the thing is, you have to like take it one subject at a time, because right, like, how do we gain an edge? Well, it's pretty much a congregation of variables, and each variable is an aspect of technical analysis that you have to learn and memorize and get really comfortable with. Like Japanese candlestick patterns, that's like the first thing I did when I started, like 14 years ago. I started with Japanese candlesticks. That's what's okay. Steve Neeson and bullish hammers, bullish engulfing candles, haramis, dark cloud covers, piercing lines, rising three methods. Like, that's how I started. But then it's just like, that's just one part. You can't really construct a good argument or give yourself an edge with just one variable, like the Japanese candlestick. Then it's like, you got to have the right context. Okay, well, you got to find those Japanese candlesticks have to develop at key levels, whether it's on the top side or the bottom side, then it's stronger. But then you're normally looking for the Japanese candlestick patterns to develop on second tests, not the first test, the reaction, normally the return, the confirmation low. So you're seeing, oh, one low, then the second low. You see an engulfing candle. Okay, what we know about confirmation lows, it's just the market loves forms of confirmation. So all of a sudden, whoa, we're talking about a chart pattern here, a double bottom. Yeah, so you go from Japanese candlesticks, then you start learning about chart patterns. Then you start learning about channels and price action correlation to ice line support resistances from history. And then you start getting into Fibonacci. You start mastering Fibonacci. Then after you graduate from Fibonacci understanding, you can then start understanding what M shapes are. Gartleys, bats, sharks, butterflies, crabs, deep crabs, ABCDs. Then you can start, okay, learning about your oscillators. Okay, what do these oscillators mean? This is momentum. This is relative strength. Okay, well, they normally don't give you much, right? There's bullish, control zone, bearish control zone, neutral. But normally you're looking for M shapes, type 2 returns.
IGMS.
Bullish engulfing candle or bullish Japanese candlestick pattern reversals. Then you're looking for an edge like seller exhaustion implied on the oscillators. Oscillator is anything that's, like the MACD, the signal lines, the RSI, stochastic. So it takes a long time to learn each aspect of technical analysis, but it's fun. You take your time with it. Hey, you're living your life, you're doing your thing. All right, well, hey, I got this book with me. And so my free time at lunch, in between, when I got a little free time to screw around at work, I'm just looking and learning about Japanese candlesticks. I'm learning about what is divergence, right? Sometimes, not really as applicable in crypto, but, learn about volume signatures on traditional markets. Learn about Wyckoff, Richard Wyckoff. My God, man, there's just so much you can learn. Learning his teachings. dude, going back to the 1920s, like identifying structural developments, the signature of the composite operator. Who's the composite operator? Think about the Wizard of Oz. Think about when they get to the castle. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That is the composite man. There's a composite man for every chart. So anyway, I'm just talking because people are newer and they don't get it. And I completely understand why it's very difficult to get into this world. But like, I've made it kind of like my life's purpose to like try to teach other people about this. And I know we've got a lot of new people that have learned this world, some faster than others. Whew. It is a new language. It certainly is. Okay, so altcoin. Okay, GRT could go to 17 cents. Oh no, and then they just back test the level successfully as support. The buyers come in once, twice on the daily, 4 hour, 12 hour, whatever. You get some sort of nice structure development there. New trade setup, and then they run it again back to 28, 30 cents, and then they break it. And we go nuts. But it's 3 to 6 months later. Crap. What are we going to do? Yeah. So, we just go back to Bitcoin. Mo Collection, thanks so much for buying the top, dude. Bitcoin Weekly, I don't even think we looked at it. Do we? Maybe? No harm, no foul yet on Bitcoin's weekly. Just disappointing below 99K. I just can't be excited about Bitcoin until we break back above 99K, chat. That's just the way it is. That's how technicals work. That's how levels work. You got lines in the sand. If you're below that line in the sand, then you might very well be on your way right back down to the next level in the sand, which is like 92K. But yeah, 5 days to go till this candle close. The bullish engulfing candle still technically valid, I guess, but you need follow through. Here's your 12 hour. Right, they just ran it up to that candle high close. That was just like the next level. If they broke 99K, 1025. Clearly couldn't sustain prices up there, and then you just had a macro wide sell-off, and then just slashed through the 98,250, 99K level like a hot knife through butter, and now we're just sitting here and not much bids coming in. And I guess the sad news, I mean, you're right back below. You are no longer at all in the bullish control zone. You're back to neutral as F 49. Ugh. Yeah, so I just worry about on the daily they just do something like this and then this. I'm just telling you, I think if we see 92K again, we're not going to hold that time. Too much data to represent less than before. Too many forms of confirmation if we're going to see 92K. So we're hoping that even if we get a bearish back test and we start rolling over again, we're just praying to God we get a higher low than all these lows. Okay, every one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different swing lows at 92K. We are praying that we'll never see it again. We'll make a higher low. Maybe they come down and they test this level successfully, and we don't even have to worry. Okay, it gets a little worse. We go down to 94.3 and they pivot it here. Oh, that'd be okay, but yeah, you just gotta ask the question. We look at Amazon with that triple top, bearish crab pattern completed. It looks ready to dump, man, just to correct. Well, yeah, momentum shift. That's what I'm saying. If we see 92K again, I think the probability is high. It's not holding. We're going to 85K, way lower. That's why it's so important we do not see 92K again, because these are all pieces of data. These lower highs here are all representative of the amount of market participants in Bitcoin right now. All of these highs are lower than the highest high. A lot of times gone by. And if we are going to go make the same low we made, then that probability is, I think we got some sort of partial rise on the right angle of the ascending broadening formation. So that's another topic. But yeah, you clearly are seeing momentum shift from the buyer's hands to the seller's hands, with distribution being confirmed. If we see 92K, high probability of way lower prices, but that hasn't happened yet, thankfully. So there's still hope, man.
Well, back to zero. Mania phase cancelled. 0.0490316 LTC.
Mania phase on hold until the people that were ushered in, the newer people that were ushered in after the 40% run in 40 days, until those people are homeless, bankrupt, have lost everything, are broke, then Mania phase will come back. But not until. Okay. Yeah. We got to have a new graduating class of pigs that got slaughtered because they just wouldn't be here when it made sense to be here. There were trade setups on Bitcoin, man. $60,400 was the entry. Stop loss just right below that key 57.5 level. That was it. And then you got an actual luxurious backtest re-entry of that setup too. And then there was bullish divergence in the 8-hour and even 12-hour right there before it was gone. And then the exit was like 88K for the traditional trade setup, whatever. Of course, it went way beyond that. That tends to happen in untraditional markets. But yeah, that's where we are, man. Just pray to God we never see 92K again, because if we do, I think this is cooked in the short term. And we might be seeing a 200 moving average be tested, 85K, 87K. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like Hawk Tuah girl had to show up and thank Michael Saylor and create a scam coin and rug pull people. I mean, that's like short-term or long-term tops. Losers like that, rednecks showing up with cryptos. What?
Okay, I'm homeless and bankrupt. Can we pump it now?
No.
0.0490316 LTC.
No, if you're homeless and bankrupt now, you are talented. How'd you do it? Wow. That's like a particular skill. We should like inverse what you do always. Okay. Well, there were people in the Patreon that were legitimately disappointed that there were no new trade setups being posted at 108K. So it's like, what can you do even in these situations? Because we like understand that we might be on the other side of the fence of momentum. Like we might be looking at it. It's just as simple as like going back to the old cycle, and like you just don't know if it's over or not. Like, when do you know when the party's over? When are you on the other side of momentum? Like, there's a top, and okay, we draw down like this. This is why you don't want to see 92K again. But that right there, bearish back test. See, this is why you don't want to like formally back test 99K, 92, 98, 250 as resistance, and then roll over 91K again. You just don't want to do it, man. Too similar to kind of what we saw in 2021. But yeah, I mean, if it ended here, my God, we had such a loser run compared to, dude, we were hitting a 1618 and shattering it and running up another 10K before pulling back and then running again. I mean, it's just, this didn't really end. We didn't top out till April, and it's freaking January. And these runs started kind of together at the same time. October, November. So it's like, you would think we're not done if we just compare 2021's run to now. I think April, all right. Well, April's here, way over here. So where are we going to be? Where's Bitcoin going to be over here in April? Good question, man. That's a lot of time. A lot of new data. It went past 3.618. Yeah, gold mean ratio. That was the top log scale. I appreciate the people here. We had pretty good turnout today. I'm sure it's dwindling. You know, the longer you get in the stream, without price action, viewership can fall off and stuff. But man, I'd say probably pretty good. We have over 800 people watching right now. Maybe a little more earlier, but steadfast. That's what we got to be. Got to be steadfast in these market conditions. Try not to panic, freak out. Just understand where we are. Got to get back above 99K. And if we don't, we sure as heck better never see 92K again. So if you are new to this community, one recommendation I have is just you either go buy it. I recommend you buy it. You're supporting Mark Douglas's estate, but if you want it for free, it's on YouTube. You can get it for free on YouTube. Listen to the audiobook. But Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is mandatory. That is the foundation of being a swing trader. Like, you must read that book a couple times to really understand. Because new people will come in, okay, and we talked about the technical aspects, but the psychology of things, where it's like, we don't need to know where an asset is going next to make money. We don't act like we know. Even if it's the best ACHR trade setup, dude, we're not acting like we know. All we know is that we can maximize, we have maximum upside, we have optimum risk to reward, and we have a certain increased probability that a reversal will be coming soon, an impending reversal. That's all we have. No expectations. That's the way your mind must work to be a successful trader. There's just no other way. This is not about fortune telling. Traditional technical analysis is a risk management tool and nothing more, man. It is not about forecasting, predictions, what's it gonna do tomorrow.
Joe London tipped $25. Late call, sir. Please check NIO.
What's up, dude? A little late, dude, but yeah, we'll check it out. Chinese car company. I mean, you know, I remember we had an 886 plotted. Maybe they're putting in higher lows. Maybe, man, maybe. Swing high from 2019. Regarding it once and twice. I just look at this and it's like, look, man, you want to take a shot on something like this, go for it. But to me, I'm just not. I get it. Maybe they're putting in a higher low. Okay, so where are you going to have your stop loss? Below 395? Well, I would prefer, if they violated it a couple times, I would look at the 200 moving average price action correlation. It's awful. It's terrible. Like, you're below it? Really? You're below it. So if anything, I would just wait for this. If you could help it. Oh my God. If you can get that and it's perfect and there's divergence and all that at this 395 level right there, 2019. Look, another test, May 2020. Then let's talk maybe. Then it's an 88% retracement low to high. There's nothing to do here. How do you manage your risk right now? You can't. You can stop loss at 430. Then what happens? It goes 395. It's a better entry. It's a more, it's a lower risk, higher upside potential. And if you have price action correlation like this that I plotted, then you have an edge, increased probability that it's going to have a more resounding rally to the upside than now. How can you like it right now? No thanks, man. I'm sorry. Like, you just can't make these things look good. But you do your thing. You go long on an asset at 451 randomly after rejecting the 200-day moving average today just cause. All right, maybe, hey, dude, again, that's like you're going to the casino and you're pulling the slot machine lever. You might win, dude. There's a chance. People got to win, right? The games of chance, the coin flips. It's a coin flip to be buying right now on this chart. Like 98% of the time on a chart, you're not going to have an edge. You're going to be flipping coins. That's why you got to scan through a bunch of different charts to find where there's a 65% chance of a reversal of the upside here. Oh, 70%. Dang. Well, that's Holy Grail. That's ACHR stuff. That's QBTS stuff. Okay. So, pray for Bitcoin, chat. You know, that's what we always got to do. Pray for Bitcoin. These alts are doomed if Bitcoin's going to 91K again. It's done. But we're just praying for a higher low. That's all we can have for higher low than 92K, or we're cooked. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. We will see sunnier skies or sunnier days, bluer skies. But today, we must say it is certainly stormy weather. So until next time, respect the T. A. Okay, apparently I missed a request. Good God. Like, when did that happen? I don't even remember that going on. Oh, I guess I was probably doing an educational sermon. More biotech. More biotech, yeah. Dude, do not put in a lower high here, or we're going way lower. Oh my God. On total. Well, it's just another one where it's like y'all keep 3 different biotech requests today. It's just, they all look like garbage, like all near all-time lows. This is they normally all look like this because of debt, cash burning. I just look at this and I say, we've already confirmed the bottom. Why do we rally and then we dumped and we're just right back at the same level again we were at in April of last year? Why? Why can they not make why can we not recapture the old all-time low? Why is it being tested once and twice as resistance? Why is it so bad? Look, man, if you want to scalp, okay, go for it. You know, whatever. One could just try it along, but you would want, again, if you wanted to actually be strategic and have an increased probability of a more resounding rally off of support, you're looking for confirmation lows. You got one literally here, April 24th, and then the second one was in July, and then a more pronounced rally. But for now, you can scalp all you want, but you're probably it's not gonna be a resounding rally. It's not gonna last long, and you're probably gonna retest. And if you have a successful retest, well, then we're talking. You do have bullish divergence. You do have bullish divergence in the MACD histogram. That could usher in, you know, a reversal, because that just implies that sellers might be exhausted at the support. That's what gives you a reaction. But again, divergence just takes it to that point where, all right, it's short-lived and it rolls over and retest. RSI looks okay too, like class B bullish divergence. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. But you know, on the confirmation low, maybe you could get like triple bullish divergence, or you get hidden bullish divergence or something. Yeah, like there's a chance we get a some sort of rally off 645. Okay, they've recaptured it, they're holding it, and that's it, up 4.63%. That's all I got. All right, IGM, Beaker, Crypto Beaks. Thank you, dude. Anyway, pray for that, or yeah. Pray for Bitcoin, chat. I just don't have much faith here. Like, that was bad. That was real bad engulfing candle. That was real bad technical support break-in. What a joke, man. See ya.
Adios, turd nuggets.